always thought about passion as more of an input, right? As something that you want to bring to some activity or something that you're doing. Because if you have passion, that's always better. You want to have passion for the thing that you're doing, because you'll be better at it. You'll enjoy it more, right? There's all good things that come with passion. But again, those are the outputs. Passion is an input. You got to work hard, you got to be smart, but you also got to be passionate about it. So when I've been thinking recently about these videos and everything, kind of the philosophy and stuff that I talk about here, I've been thinking about it through the lens of like, I think I need more passion. I think I need to bring more passion, because that's a key ingredient. Anything that's going to be good or successful, you need that. And that was one of the things I was wondering if I, if I had enough of, right? By nature of this thing and kind of the Adrogo concept as we talk about it, it's somewhat neutral, right? You don't want to go too extreme. You don't want to have, certainty or super strong opinions that you're wed to. You want to try and keep yourself balanced. And that could seem contradictory to passion. So that's where I kind of came from, this idea that maybe I need to bring more energy and more passion to it. But as I was thinking about that, I started to think that maybe passion is not an input. Maybe passion is actually the output. It's a manifestation of things. And I had the wrong view of it. I was thinking about it wrong. So what do I mean by that? Maybe passion is what happens when you are genuinely honest with yourself about who you are, what your inconvenient truths are, what you really value, and you get that high degree of clarity about yourself and what really matters to you. And you challenge your thinking though too, right? You go through that Adrogo process. You're ferociously open-minded but ferociously skeptical with yourself to really understand who you are. And then you take that next step, right? As I always talk about, you go from the strategy team to the operations team and you actually execute on it. You actually live the things that you've learned about yourself. You actually live to the values that you believe are true, even when it's hard, right? You have the mental toughness, and the fortitude to actually live that life. When you put those two things together, where you can actually figure out what you care about and what matters to you, and then you actually have the courage to execute on it, I think that's actually passion. I think passion is the output you get from that, and it's the manifestation of that, and the way that you then live, the way that you carry yourself, the emotions that you bring, the persona that you kind of embody is what people then see and say, oh, that's passion. Look at that person. They're passionate about that. I think that's what happens, right? I think when you see somebody doing an activity that they're deeply driven and meant to do, right? And they have the courage to really go after it. And you see somebody, whether it be an athlete or a writer or whatever it is, you see that passion. But again, as we all know, you can have a passion just for life too. And I think this kind of different perspective on it, this output versus input view, is important. Because whereas I was saying to myself, like, oh, I need to do something to bring passion to this thing because I want to get to some output, it's not that, right? Passion's the goal. Passion's the output I want. What I need to do is make sure I'm hitting those other two pieces, that I'm being super honest with myself, right? Have clarity on myself of what actually matters. And then what's typically the harder part for me is having the courage, having the mental toughness to actually live it. If I do those things, right, that's what I need to focus on. Then I'll get to what I want at the end as the output, which is passion.